Hello everyone, it's Nady, and today we'll be testing out the Natasha Denona GLAM palette. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products and not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away because this is a channel of positive energy. Okay? Thank you. Ooh, I'm actually really excited to play with this. I don't really remember what it looks like, but I've heard there's so much hype on it. And it's just been sitting in my film pile for like 2 weeks now. But this queen has her shit back together and we are ready to dive into some new makeup. I do want to go into the website and see what people are saying with this, just in case there's any little tips and tricks to make this work. But before we do that, I just want to see this little bitch. Ooh, very nice, cute packaging, very typical for the Natasha Denona. It's got the little holes in the back for either a pixie to fuck or for you to be able to take out the pans. Just take out the little plastic thingy. There usually is one. Maybe, did it drop? Yeah, maybe there isn't one. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Ooh, very pretty. A nice, very, very cool, basic brown tan taupe glam palette. I'm not disappointed. Like, this is really pretty, but I actually feel like I have this. Hold on, just a fucking second. Okay, so I took maybe 2.5 seconds and just browsed my little makeup stash, and the first thing that I saw was this Makeup Geek palette, which I think is buildable. I'm not positive, but I don't think they come like this. Maybe they do, but I do see quite a few similar shades. I don't know if this is any cheaper, but that could be a dupe. And then this little MAC semi-sweet, it is a bit different, but it's also very, very similar. I think the biggest difference is probably going to be the formula. Like Natasha Denona, it can be a little bit hit or miss, but when the palette actually is good, it is worth every fucking penny. So hopefully this palette is worth it. Okay, now that my gay little ass did the extra reveal, let's go over to Sephora's website and see what they say. Oh my god. Their website pisses me off because like you try to click the search bar, but then the whole website shifts down and then you end up clicking like a promotion. I hate when websites do that. I feel like personally victimized. Ooh, but I got a 20% off coupon. You go, bitch. All right, so this beast retails for, well, now it won't fucking work. I click on it and it says this page isn't working. I get a 20% discount, but I can't use it on anything because I can't click shit. What the hell? When I click the picture on Sephora, it says it's not working. Like, here, I'll show you in my mirror. Do we see that? It says website not working. I will click onto the palette and it says not working. Sephora, you are a shady hoe. You know that? I got to it. I literally had to go to the Sephora website, right click and do inspect so that I could look through all of their coding to be able to click onto the link. What the hell? Okay, but now we're here. This retails for $65. This is an everyday palette that creates super dramatic smoky eyes as well as a variety of natural and extreme glam looks. It's free of parabens and it's cruelty free. Oh, and I just noticed the names. They actually named these to be the perfect place that you could put these. Like this is called Crease, Transition, Smoke, Blend, Lash Line. I love that. Does that mean you actually have to follow those rules? No, but we kind of might today. Natasha Denona, I think Natasha De yes. Oh, cheesy dad joke. This has 4.8 out of 5 stars. That is so fucking good. But let's look at the 1-star reviews. They say it did me dirty. This is very chalky. The formula is horrendous. One dip and the fallout was so bad. Not to mention the patchiness of the mattes. See, I don't necessarily mind if there's kickback in a palette, which I think is what they mean. Kickback is when you dip in and there's a lot of powder. Fallout is when you put it on your eyes, it just like falls out onto your face. Maybe they did mean that, but I will definitely put some powder down there so that we can see if it does. However, the 2 stars do say that the fallout was intense on the lid toppers, so maybe it does have a lot of fallout. The shadows just aren't long wearing, even with their ride or die primers. The 5-star reviewers say the neutral cool palette you didn't think you needed. The colors are very easy to blend and super wearable. It is extremely basic, but essential for your collection. The palette is refillable. I love this so much. It blends super easily, very pigmented, so easy to work with. The formula is amazing. Oh my god, I just spit. God, I've been spitting so much lately, you'd never think I'd swallowed a liquid in my whole life. The last review I'm gonna read says this is absolutely hands down my new favorite ash shadow palette. Ash shadow, oh my god, I said ash shadow. My new favorite eyeshadow palette. Blends itself out. It's easy if you're not feeling creative. The colors are just absolutely perfect still. I mean, it is extremely basic, but it's also very, very user-friendly, and I kind of like palettes that it's difficult to fuck up with, and this does look like one of those palettes. Like, it doesn't matter if you combine everything to make a muddy mess, you slap on a little bit of shimmer on your eyelids and it'll probably still look good. I think I am starting to like this palette, like I'm warming up to it even though it's a cool tone palette. But again, I do feel like I have this so many times in my collection, so let me know down in the comments below if you'd like me to do maybe a dupe video for this. Maybe I could do a look with this on one side and try to recreate it with cheaper alternatives on the other. Not trying to deter anybody from buying this or to take sales away from Natasha, but as with pretty much everything in the makeup world, there might be a dupe for this. Is it pretty though? Absolutely, look at that shit, it's gorgeous. I'm very fucking excited to use this, so let's go ahead and swatch into a look with this bitch. Y'all know this song, you ready? It's swatching time. Oh shit, yes, bitch. These feel so fucking soft. First up, we have the top 2 rows, and these actually do swatch very, very nicely. Like, are they anything like super duper creamy or extra innovative? No, not at all, but the color story is very, very pretty. Everything goes nicely together. It's overall pretty good. I will say though that instantly these shimmers near the bottom, like the first few ones, are flying everywhere, and now there's little patches where they're missing. They just do not want to cling. Maybe they need a good primer, but I can totally tell what people were saying in the reviews when they said there's a lot of fallout. Like, there's glitter fucking everywhere. I feel like I'm at a pride parade. But that really only seems to be with the first 3 shades: center eyelid, outer eyelid, and inner corner. It's almost like they're mixed between a glitter and a shimmer, so they're just really fucking chunky and want to go everywhere. And then finally we have the bottom row, which honestly feel like liquid fucking gold on my hands. They are so beautiful. They are excellent quality, at least when swatched. We don't know, they could be absolute shit on the eyes, but I'm really excited to use this. But also, it is very hard to fuck up a shimmer. It can be done, but it's difficult. And so I think I'm more excited about the mattes. The shimmers are just like the wet little cherry on top of the cake. So I am also going to be reviewing a face product today. I'm going to go ahead and put on my base face, and I will come back in just a second and we can hop into a look. All right, my base face is on. Let's go ahead and prime the eyes. To do that, I'm going to use the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas. We'll take that right there. It's just like poppers. You only need a small amount and you're good. And I think for this look, I'm actually going to follow the directions that are on here. So they say the transition shade is this light shade right here. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to start along the crease line and work it up towards the brow bone. Ooh, that's really pretty. I think it's also kind of like the same color as what I just laid down. But let me blend this out gently. I'm only going to use a tiny bit of it. Oh, I definitely see what they mean though with a lot of kickback. That isn't something that I mind. Like, I've grown to be fine with it. Oh, but I did say that I was going to put some powder underneath my eyes. So after I finish with this color, I definitely will do that. I think I do see a little bit of color with that. It's definitely super duper subtle, but it's there. All right, on to the next shade. I'm gonna give my brush a color switch so that there's no pigment on it. Next, for the crease, we're gonna dip into crease. And we'll place that right there and gently slide that back and forth. Ooh, that one is a little bit deeper. It's very, very pretty. I wouldn't say it blends itself out, but it is blending out and it's not difficult to work with at all. And so far, it doesn't seem patchy. What do you think? Can you see it? Okay, so both eyes are done. I really like this. This to me is like a nice subtle daytime glam, but fuck that, we are ladies of the night. Let's do a nighttime glam here. So once again, I'm gonna clean this dirty ass brush. You've been very naughty, yes you have. And then let's dip into smoke, which is probably the deepest color that I'd use a fluffy brush with. I mean, you totally could use this one, but that's a little bit too dark for me, at least for what I'm wanting today. So we have some of that, and I'm gonna place that right here on the outer corner and just start stippling that in. Ooh, that is so gross to watch. Like, it feels so good, but I don't think I've ever really like watched myself do that. Oh. All right, moving on to gentle strokes so we don't poke our eyeball out. I'm just gonna blend that out. That too actually blends out very, very nicely. But then once it seems like pretty much everything is off the brush, I'm gonna kind of push it into my eye socket right towards the inner eye. Also, if you can tell, my under eyes are still very clean, so that is a good sign. But I think most of the people said the fallout happened with the shimmer, so let's not get our nips excited yet. Okay, but see that darker shade? It literally does blend itself out. Like, you just go like that a few times and it's beautiful. Y'all, I'm kind of really fucking digging this palette. Like, I know I called it a basic bitch palette, but sometimes I'm a basic bitch too. And I'm so sorry for all the people that I'm calling basic bitches. I'm really just joking, but if the bra cup fits. Then they say this shadow right here is called blend, so I'm gonna take a clean fluffy brush and just blend out those edges. It did kind of muddy it up the slightest bit, but it also made it a little bit more sultry. I don't know, I don't think it hurt the look, but I wouldn't say it necessarily enhanced it, but I do still think that is a really pretty color and a handy one to have. So before I go in and do my lower lash, we're given a few opportunities for the inner corner. You can either use this light one or this kind of like rose gold one. I like that we're given the opportunity to either create like a silver or a gold look here. Those are like the staples in the beauty world, and we're given both those, so yay. Oh, which should we do? A gold or a silvery look? I don't know, let's just play around. Let's dip into this one. And they suggest this is for the inner corner, so I'm just gonna place that right there as a highlight and we'll go from there. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's do some more. It's going down, but like not the easiest. So let me try a little bit with my finger. Oh yeah, that's better, but then it's really difficult to be precise. But it is highlighting, definitely. I think on the other side, I want to go in with this other inner corner. Let's try that. Right there. Ooh. I like that one better. Actually, maybe I don't because it is a little bit of a chunky monkey. Try to like blend it out. I mean, like in the end, they're kind of giving the same look. Very minimal look, but I guess it's a look. Then for the center of the eyelid, we are given multiple choices. There's this one, there's this one, there's this one, there's that one. So fuck, why not try them all? Let's start with this one, and I'm just gonna gently place it almost on the center of the eye, but not quite. I'm really testing this whole muddiness theory to see if you can actually fuck up a look with this. Which, that looks nice, very subtle, but very pretty. I think it would be great with a finger. But tell me anything that isn't great with a finger. Okay, yeah, that definitely does have a little bit more pigment with the finger, but I don't necessarily mind it with a brush. For the center lid on this side, let's try this guy right here. And I'm just gonna work it from the inner corner about a third of the way in. Ooh, I like that shadow. That is really pretty. Then back to this side, let's do some of this beautiful gold right there, right in the center. Kind of blend that with that shadow we just laid down before. That's nice too. I am noticing that the shimmers, even though they are beautiful, they're nothing like groundbreaking or special. They do feel similar to like a ColourPop shimmer. And like I said before, it's hard to fuck up a shimmer, and it's also hard to get like something super unique. And so I wouldn't say these are unique. Are they good quality? Seemingly. But we'll really only be able to tell if they're good during the wear time test. So let's finish up with the outer corner. What do we have? It looks like we're given this choice, and that choice. So on this eye, I'm gonna take the more brownish one. So we'll just tap that right there. Ooh, anything? I don't really see much. Might have to blend it out a little bit with a brush. Just take that right here. Okay, that looks fine. I like that. Then for this side's outer lid, I'm gonna take this more chunky one because I really wanna see if it'll go flying everywhere. And it does seem to have quite a bit of fallout down there. It's like micro fallout, like just enough to stain your skin, but not enough to like really see it on camera. It's a pretty color and it looks great on the eyes, but I don't really get the point in why it's so chunky. Like, who is that benefiting? But let me try blending this side out too because it really needs it. Okay, so here we have both upper lids. I wasn't able to blend this one out as much as I wanted. It's just like the shimmer pigment stuck there. But fortunately, most of the shimmer did dust away. I'm just left with like a brown matte. So yeah, here we go. It's cute. I'm really enjoying this palette, but I don't know that it's worth the price. Like, I feel as though I could get this same look for so much cheaper. However, the mattes really are banging, but they make up such a small portion of this palette, so is it really worth it for the mattes? And then for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna go in the same order and smoke the shit out. I think I'm gonna dip into this shade Lash Line, and starting on the outer corner, I'm just gonna kind of like dust it in between the lashes, not completely closing up my eye, just taking it like 2/3 of the way in. Ooh, that's really pretty too. I think I'm liking this palette. And I don't know why I sound so disappointed in that. I think it's just because it was so expensive. But also, I don't know if it's actually worth it because those shimmers really aren't that great. It's the mattes that are making me so moist. And let me quick dust away everything that's underneath my eyes and see if there's anything that's stained. No, honestly, it looks good. Like, all the fallout that was there completely wiped away effortlessly. Okay, so this is what we look like before any mascara or lashes or liner. Both looks do kind of look almost identical, except one's gold and one's silver. Like, creating this look was so easy. It would probably take a person maybe 5 or 10 minutes to do a full-on glam. Like, that's not bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wear time test. Eventually during the day, I'll put on liner and lashes, but I do just want to see how this performs and if there's a bunch of fallout everywhere. So I will see you at the end of the day. And we are back. It is the end of the day and I'm so fucking ready to take this off. Hopefully you can't really tell, but I used the Rare Beauty liner again and it ended up bleeding all fucking over and just getting in my eyes, and I wasn't gonna do a wing with it. I was just doing a liner and then it bled down there, so I have like this thing right there, and so I just tried to work with it and just fuck this. But this eyeshadow, it's actually quite nice. But even though I like this, I don't know that it's worth the price, only because those 3 metallic kind of chunky shades are honestly kind of throwaways. They might not be for everybody, but all throughout the day, I've been able to see like little glittery flecks, and I think some have actually gotten into my eyes. There isn't anything on my face, but also these lashes could like sweep the floor. So maybe there's some glitter caught in there, but still some escaped it and made its way onto my eyeballs. But the rest of the shadow, I guess let me take a look. No, I feel like it looks pretty much the same. Like nothing is really too badly faded. And it's not like I've been wearing this for 15 hours or even 12 hours. So this might fade on you by the end of the day. But for like 6 or 7 hours, I do think this is fine. However, do we want to pay $65 for something that might not last very long? I think the only thing that's really selling this palette for me is the mattes. They're so fucking good. They are beautiful. They aren't creamy because it's a matte, but they're almost like buttery feeling when you blend them out. If that makes sense. I guess I'm just trying to say they fucking blend out easily. But also there's so many shadows out there that blend out just as easy. And so I think if somebody were to buy this palette, yes, it's decent quality, but I think it's more the convenience because it is a very pretty cool tone palette. You can do gold, you can do silver. There's so many things that you could do with this palette. And I probably would feel comfortable using this on a client. Like there are ways that I could make it stick throughout the day, but it's just so easy to work with. Like everything in that palette will work together beautifully. And I really love how they did the names on here, letting you know what shades they suggest as a transition, what shades would look good on the outer corner versus the inner corner. I really like that. So do I recommend this palette? Ooh, that's hard. I don't think it's a shitty palette, but I don't think it's the best Natasha Denona has ever come out with. I do think that you could easily create any look that you could get with this with maybe even like a Morphe palette. No, it's not gonna last all fucking day, and make sure you use a really good primer. And unless you're wanting your face to look like how I would assume Elton John's ball sack looks like and just have glitter everywhere, you might not be able to use these top 3 shadows. Or at least a couple of them in here. They are very chunky. Maybe they would be great with a wet brush. That might be good. But just using fingers, I did have a little bit of fallout. It fell out throughout the day. So there are just a few inconsistencies here. But overall, I do think it's an okay palette. If it's in your price range, I say go for it. You probably won't be disappointed. I mean, everybody probably isn't as picky as I am. But if it's not in your budget, you know, don't sell your kidney to get this. You could easily do without, and I do really think that you could dupe it. Do I think it's worth the price? I don't. I guess that's more on you. Like, you're able to see how it looks, how it wore, how easy it was to work with, but you were also able to see the negatives with it, so you can decide if you think it's worth it. But anyways, there you go. Thank you so much for being here. I love having you. And please make sure, if you'd like to join me on lives, which I will eventually start doing again, please make sure to check out my other channel. It's PopLux Live. I'll link it to you down below. And if you want to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/poplux. There you get videos a day early. You get Patreon only content. There's lots of little gold nuggets over there. Plus, best part, it's cheap, fun, and fancy just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, is available at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!